I just uploaded video 2 minutes ago related to Ana Petrovic, head of Police Internal Affairs Department for Preventive Activities. So that video contains all the details, introduction to the video I'm now creating. So the details, introduction on this is given in this video that I just uploaded, and it says it's still checking. I didn't know that video actually is not checking anymore. Okay. Wow, and I have one view right away. Okay, let's see what analytics have to say. Yeah, it's blue. Okay, so this should be live, and it's not. And the fact that this is initialized, this and this as well. So these two diagrams means there was a view, but YouTube is blocking that view right away, because this is a major deal. I compared this event which is described in this video to event, one of many shocking events related to Jeffrey Epstein scandal. So Jeffrey Epstein is international children sex trafficking prostitution ring, and obviously, yeah, this has 3 views. This also had 2 views. This had 2 views. Okay, so it appears that YouTube is, in certain cases, periodically removing my views. But anyways, so nothing here. It's still blocking. Okay, so obviously this is very important since they are blocking it. And what about the actual video? Wow, it has 1 view. Amazing. So it has 1 view, and I have still here 0 views. So this should be place where a view is updated first, and of course I should not be doing this thing with re-uploading, because this should be done automatically. So let's see if this, yeah, 1 view as well. So it appears that YouTube is again having problems with the same thing. Actually, now it's the opposite. Last time wow, check out this. Wow, another view. So it should be now 2. So last time I created well, actually not last time. This is something that I just in this video I created it and uploaded it 4 hours ago. There was the opposite problem. So views were updated properly here and not updated properly in other places. Okay, so I'm really not going to talk much about this because this is off topic. Just wanted to show how YouTube is blocking me. I mean, right away. And of course this shows that this, yeah, 2 views, right, I was right. So this shows right away how this video is important. So again, I should not be doing this because in programming languages such as JavaScript, which is a programming language used for dynamic content in YouTube, in web. So you have something that's called events. So on certain events, portions, parts of the page are updated, and obviously this is not done here. And this is unbelievable considering that YouTube is one of the most successful companies, if not the most successful company in the world regarding social, I mean their social network. They can be considered social network. So it is unbelievable that they cannot do this properly. This is something that people who are beginners in web development can do, and it's probably because they are trying to block me in every possible way, and that causes a lot of negative effects on their lot of mistakes and problems in their code. So actually they're not blocking me, they're not totally blocking me, so that there are always 0 views here. So they're partially blocking me, and even after that they're removing my views piece by piece. So okay, let's go to the topic of this video, but I needed to show this to prove how important this is, this video, because they started blocking it right away. And again, new problems and some old problems are reintroduced on YouTube's side, and so on and so on. So okay, this video is another I need to remove this, another video on Ana Petrovic. So as I showed in that video from the beginning, she is the head of special department of Police Internal Affairs. The department is called Department for Preventive Activities, and she's the head of that department. So not a regular member, but head of that department. So Police Internal Affairs is the police within police. So next, as I described in first video on Ana Petrovic, which, well, I can show it right away here. So 6 days ago, in most of the cases she was just sending some general answers, basically refusing to do her job, breaking the law, and so on and so on. But starting from here, so these are emails she sent, or emails their colleagues sent in their name, on their behalf, sorry. So in that video, first video about her, this was the first video where she partially started doing her job, and that first response is something that's described in last video I uploaded. So this one, that problematic one, and I will partially periodically refresh this to see yeah, there are now two views. So while I'm creating this video, I will periodically reload this. I explained that this is really something unusual, but I mean I need to do it. So two views. Yeah, this is still a problem. Still nothing. Okay. So this was her answer on which was topic on previous video, and now this was yeah, so this is something that's not done according to the law. So I'm now showing only responses which are, well, still partially written according to the law, and this is something I haven't mentioned in that last video I just uploaded, and it has to do with invoking the law on which she forwarded my not the submission but crime report. So she didn't invoke the law here, which is mandatory, and also in her another answer, which I'm going to upload to show now, and which is the topic of this video. So this is the first problem. As I showed in that first video on Ana Petrovic, these three are also not something that's, this is some general answer. This one is the answer which is related to, again, it is sent to wrong institution, so I'm not going to comment this. This is just sum up on this. I'm repeating what I said on that first video about Ana Petrovic, and this one doesn't have the date when I sent it, so I cannot really I'm not really sure what video is about, and this is also and I'm also not going to comment this because this is sent prosecution office, which is not in charge of crime reports of one of my emails, which might be the reason for sending this answer. So this is the reason why I'm not commenting. So this will be the second video on answers of Ana Petrovic, and this is also something very unusual, same as this answer. It's that Ana Petrovic sent this, so still two views, actually forwarded one of my, or actually two of my crime reports to Minister of her ministry, so Ministry of Interior, so ministry which is in charge of police. So yeah, still nothing here. So what she forgot to do here is also not invoking any law while she's forwarding my my crime report. She should have invoked law on criminal proceedings. And what is also missing here is the day when I sent it, but so it says here that my again she's this is something that she's doing all the time, as well as other police members, other police officers, prosecution and court. So they are either calling my crime reports submission or complaint. I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to explain why, because I explained that in other videos. So what is missing here is the date when I sent my crime report. So actually 2 crime reports, as I stated. It says only that my crime report is archived on 3rd of October 2019, and second one is archived on 4th of November 2019. So as can be seen in that first video about Ana Petrovic, they are usually archiving the crime reports I sent a day after I sent it. I sent them, sorry. So what that means is that I sent crime reports, 2 crime reports on 2nd of October 2019, and the second report I sent was sent on 3rd of November 2019. So I will now show that these 2 emails, and again it says here it is sent to cabinet of the minister, so to minister, or maybe I don't know, there's a deputy of minister, or maybe to secretary, but in most of the cases when it's sent to cabinet of minister, this is, maybe she did this on purpose to avoid mentioning minister. So Ministry of Interior. So this is very unusual. One more time. I'm not going to explain why, because I explained in this video. So she thought that this is something she cannot handle, and she forwarded that to her minister. I think that minister was someone who is who was related to illegal arms trade. I will try to find out right now, just to check out this. As I said, I will be checking this periodically, what's happening with these views. Okay, so so Wikipedia, I need to check out when was his so I'm checking his political career. Yeah, so Minister of Interior. So yeah, I guess that he was the minister of vice president of the government, and Minister of Interior. It started from 2014 through 2016 and 2017. So he was moved to Ministry of Defense on 28th of October 2020. So it appears that he was that minister, And what else? Yeah. So if I search for one of the affairs related to illegal arms trade in Serbia, which is called Krušik, that is one of the factories, one of the arms and ammunition factories in Serbia, and I type Spiegel here. Setzt Regierung unter Druck. I think this should be U. Anyways, so in what? Check out details. Ah. Okay, so as you can see, so this is the start noch illegale. Well, I forgot. I mean, I learned German. Hat illegale Waffengeschäfte aufgedeckt und so weiter und so weiter. So as can be seen, this is about illegal arms trade, and what it says here, Serbian president. Yeah. So this is what, okay, I mean, I can translate this. For people who don't know the so German to English, who don't know German, Serbian president with interior minister involved in illegal arms trade. Wow, amazing. I'm just going to give some references here. I'm not going into details because that's not the topic of this video. So I have a lot of things related to arms trade. DOJ, this video is more than enough, these two, to see what the whole thing is all about. So I reported as a citizen, actually not really as a citizen, because prosecution ignored me, prosecution in charge ignored me. So according to criminal proceedings right, so right as in human rights, when prosecutor ignores me for more than 30 days, I become that prosecutor. So state prosecutor. You can, as state citizen, act as state prosecutor when state prosecutor ignores you, and then you can prosecute state prosecutor. Okay, and FBI is also worth mentioning here. So I'm not going into details again because I explained everything in those videos that I showed. So let's go. So I explained. Okay, one more thing I haven't mentioned yet. So these are two numbers of the cases. First is 10759 and the second is 11586. Both are in 2019, filed in 2019. So I'm now going to show two mails which are crime reports which I sent, and Ana Petrovic forwarded those emails, as I explained in video I just uploaded. That means police is behind my claims, so they say my claims are true, which is very, very important, because you can file a crime report directly to prosecution office, but if you do that to the police and police forwards your crime report, it gives you huge credibility from the side of police, because they are behind that report. They confirm your claims from that report if they forwarded your crime report to prosecution in charge. So this is what happened here, and Now I'm searching for the for opposite direction. Mails I sent to sector or internal affairs. So sector of internal control or internal affairs, which is their name in the West. So first is, what was it? Second, 02, second of November. So second of October 2019. So I'm searching here. This is the only, what? Okay, so this is the first one. Yeah. Okay. And the next one is November 1st. So I need to check out for that second date, which is November 3rd, but I will not find a single thing. So then I will extend my search to 2 weeks, because usually this is a period within which Ana Petrovic responded. So this is definitely not, this is some report of stealing firewood, so that's not that one. This is also not the one, because this is the subject of video I just uploaded, so it's not that one. What I'm doing here. And the last one is that I showed. So November 1st, and I simply need to do this check. So it would be nice if I have 3 weeks, but anyways, I'll check for month. Yeah. So so these are the same again. This is described, so this thread is described in video I just uploaded. So the only one that's left is this one. I don't know, I can try 2 months. Yeah. No, this is not definitely. So this one is shown, so that's not definitely. And the date is wrong anyways. Yeah, I don't know why is this shown. It's 2 months. So this is not the case. This is not the case. So this or this, the date is December 6th. So, well, it cannot be December 6th because that was sent on the 18th. What was the date? 18th or what? Or some else date? I need to double check. So okay, this is something that happened after that particular date. So I don't need this, and I just need, well, that was my stomach because I didn't have time to eat. So let's double check the date when she sent me this. So that was the one, and the date was 20. Wow, actually it's 27th of December, so it can be that one. 27th, but this is the problem. This is the problem, that it's yeah, it's not definitely those from December are not definitely the ones, because the last one archived is on the last one is second one is archived on 4th of November, so it's not the one. So the only one that last is that that is left is the one sent on 1st of November 2019. So one more time, emails I sent to Internal Affairs, and 1 month, the date is 10th 2nd 2019. So that one is definitely wow. What was that? Okay, I don't remember I had this in first search. Anyway, so this is not the one. This is definitely not the one, because it's the topic of previously uploaded video. I just need to check out this. So the only one who is left as a second crime report is that one from his email I sent on 1st of November. So I will just now show what is in that video. So this one, okay, so she sent so she sent a general response. I reported police officers from Smederevo Police Department, and instead of forwarding my crime report to prosecution in charge, she forwarded my crime report to that same police department, which is unbelievable. So Smederevo Police Department, and these two so these two responses are the topic of her answer I showed. So first date is correct, so October 2nd, although she hasn't explicitly stated that, but they archive my reports usually a day after they receive it. So this was not the case, so they archived it on 4th. Maybe this was Friday. So November 1st November 2019. I should wow, this will take time. can I set it directly? First November 2019. Yeah, it was Friday. Cool. Yeah, so they are, so as a general rule, they are archiving my emails, which are all crime reports, day after they receive it. So since this was since 1st November was Friday, they did this on 4th. So this is the correct email. So let's see what the whole thing is about. So I stated here that my crime reports doesn't have anything to do with with the Smerovo Police Department, but with the top of Ministry of Interior, or more precisely, second wife of former politician Bana Ivkovic. So you can see who is that piece of shit here, Ivkovic. This commie piece of shit and moron. So I explained that this piece of shit is a close friend with the sister of monster who murdered my family, 3 members of my family. Cases includes also poisoning of 3 minors. So that's the monster, degenerate, rough-faced degenerate. That's her sister, who guaranteed for her. So her sister's husband, which is also shown here, is the one who is friend with that politician, Serbian politician. Yeah, so I mentioned some other emails which are crime reports about that. So a second wife of that politician was secretary of Police Internal Affairs. There are, or more precisely, there were articles in popular newspapers in Serbia about a relationship between second wife of that moron Ivkovic and some most prominent quoted criminals, not just in so that's organized crime, international, because they always work internationally. Big time criminals always work internationally. So secretary, at the time when she was secretary of police or Ministry of Interior, was closely related to some criminals, and those articles are removed, but I saved them. I will create a separate video on this. So I stated here that I mentioned everything on 15th of January this year, so 2019. That's when after my father died. So yeah, I stated that they are blaming Smerovo Police Department for everything, although they are not the ones who decide on this. And I also stated here something about a PhD of that piece of shit Ivkovic, and so on and so on. This mentions something about Interpol. I'm not going into details. So what happened? This video describes everything related to Interpol and Ministry of Interior of Serbia. Okay. Yeah, so this might be the reason why she forwarded this. I mentioned that I called, which I did. I called Embassy of United States, and that has to do with another piece of shit. Notary Bojana Babic. So these are videos about her. Everything is explained there. So especially this video. So I'm not going into details. So a lot of brutal breakings and violations of the law by state institutions like police, prosecution, and courts, which should protect the law. So yeah, this is important. Epstein. So that was October, when I stated some interesting facts about Epstein. That's children prostitution ring. It says here 20 and more years. It's actually 30 years. So Jeffrey Epstein operation was running for almost 30 years, sorry, so around 28. Yes, that was the first mail. So the second, I reminded them that the time frame for answering my email has expired on 2nd last month, so on October 2019, 2nd of October 2019. So I asked them again to answer my questions. As you can see, they just forwarded that to their minister. Again, about moron and monster, or second wife. She's also moron and monster. So that's this idiot. So again, about her and about Ivkovic. Yeah, I stated here that she was their secretary of the time. At the time I wrote this. Yeah, I asked Ana Petrovic to send message to this piece of shit, Biljana Popovic Ivkovic. So she was before starting building her career, she married a guy who can be her father, and before she did that, she was she was reading news. I think that's called anchor, right? On some local television. I think that video is still on YouTube. And she studied, I think, economics. So that's her. This is related to some scandal with police syndicate. So I'm trying to, well, I don't see. Yeah. So this is local Belgrade television, Avala. That was in 2011, and this is from 2010. So it's really unusual for someone who studied economics to become anchor. I don't know. Doesn't really. It's not logical to me. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not really into that field. Yeah. So my message to her was that nobody serious will have anything to do with her and her husband. Okay. So on. Okay, some general truths. Man is worth, or woman is worth, I need to translate this. Maybe there is some other way to say this, because it is important. But as much as, you know, okay, I thought there is some other way to say it. So okay, and so on and so on. So I announced here that I'm finishing the crime report for FBI. I did that, but I sent that, but filed using email, but FBI did nothing, because this is international case. Interpol is involved. So if you type Interpol in search box, you have a lot of videos on Interpol involvement. This is one of the most important, and so on and so on. So I did everything I promised, but I simply didn't expect that this will be so huge, and it is. Yeah, so actually I expected that FBI and CIA will react, but they didn't. Actually, I contacted only FBI, so I stated here that I called United States Embassy again. I have problem with Adobe, so I need to kill some installers. Sorry about that. Okay. So I stated here I called United States Embassy again 2 weeks ago, but they pretend they know nothing. So now I'm going to contact FBI, which I did. So they gave me their direct email on 19th of September this year, I mean that year, 2019, and so on and so on. So again, FBI did nothing, which can be seen in ignoring my report on international organized crime. So this is also another example of how serious this is. So these two mails are forwarded to the to Minister of Interior, that guy who was involved in illegal arms trade. But what I also need to check out here is what was the subject of these two answers I just showed. So I sent on 20th of September 2019 crime report. Again, she stated here submission. No, it's crime report, special case of submission where police, prosecution office and court act ex officio or by definition of their job. So this is again her. She invoked lone police here, and she didn't do that in that response I showed, and the response I showed in the last video I uploaded, this one. But she did that here. She invoked law on police, and again forwarded everything to Smeru Police Department. Okay, but I need to find this email, which is the subject of these two. So 20th of September 2019. So that email is subject of these two answers, which are forwarded to Ministry of Interior. So I need to find that email. So 20th of September 9th, 20th of September, I sent to Police Internal Affairs. That's not the one. No, not 1 month, 1 day. Yeah. Okay, so this is the one. Yeah, this. Okay. So just forward it here to the Police Internal Affairs. Here it is. And this was the one I. So this is for guy who investigated my grandfather's murder. To this very day he didn't call monster who murdered my family to give statement. She's now for more than 2 months in a psychiatric hospital. Again, she and her sister who guaranteed for her give guarantees for her are have serious psych issues. So these are videos on that guy. So deputy prosecutor, now prosecutor, according to new naming of prosecutors. So he illegally became prosecutor because he's convicted for pickpocketing in trains, and there are other videos related to him. So not Vladan Kuzmanovic, he's the dean of Faculty of Civil Engineering. So that's something else. But Alexander Kuzmanovic, again Alexander Kuzmanovic, and so on and so on and so on. So go back to the subject. So this is that email. Actually, this email. So I stated here I contacted US Embassy in Belgrade and headquarters of FBI in Washington. I mentioned involvement of CIA in Epstein scandal. Again, some children prostitution ring, and CIA is directly controlled by federal government of United States. I mentioned Ivkovic because Slobodan Milosevic, former Serbian president, stated that he betrayed him. So Ivkovic betrayed him. Slobodan Milosevic was Ivkovic's political father. See, he introduced him into geopolitics. And there are some references, some book related to former US ambassador in Belgrade during Milosevic era. So, long story short, Ivkovic convinced Slobodan Milosevic to surrender to Hague. So, and so on and so on. Some facts about former ambassador in the United States, William Dale Montgomery, and arresting of Slobodan Milosevic, according to book of William Dale Montgomery, When Ovation Stops, I think that's the name. When Cheering Stops, sorry. So he stated there that CIA operatives were in charge of operation of Milosevic's arrest, and so on and so on. Yeah, I stated that I will contact UK embassy in Belgrade. Mentioned the connection between Jeffrey Epstein and Prince Andrew. Yeah, I called Al Jazeera, and so on and so on. Yes, I gave them some ultimatum. And so on and so on, some geopolitics stuff. So these were my requests. I needed some data related to my father's death and his and preparing of his inheritance proceedings. So I mentioned some other crimes committed by courts and prosecutors. Yeah, it sounds amazing, but this is what happened. There are a lot of videos on that on my channel. So this is president of Constitutional Court, and so on and so on. President of Court of Appeals in Belgrade. So a lot of top prosecutors, and so I'm talking about top of prosecution, not some irrelevant prosecution. And as this goes also for courts, something about marriage of that monster who murdered my family and my father, about money she stole. There are videos about that on my channel, so I'm not going into details. So some general stuff about false authorities, again about Interpol, some important institutions of Serbia. So I explained everything in other videos. Again about Ivkovic and his fake PhD. This was about that monster who murdered my family, and so on and so on. So that was that email. Which was the subject of answer or decision of Ana Petrovic, so head of Police Internal Affairs Department for Preventive Activities, and of course Ministry of Interior never answered. So they ignored head of Special Department of Police Internal Affairs, which is scandal on its own. And maybe I should so this is I'm trying to find if there is a I think this is email of Ministry of Interior. So let's see where this leads. Yeah, this is Ministry of Interior. Well, they have Facebook, they have Instagram, that's cool. Okay, so let's see if there is something that they sent me. Of course, I don't need this. Actually, this is wrong. Let's check it out one more time. Yeah. So so this is just confirmation that my email related to gun laws or gun control laws is forwarded to Administration for Administrative Affairs. I have video on them on gun laws if somebody is interested. Administration for the Ministry of Interior Serbia refuses to explain new gun laws, so that was it. Other than that, I don't have any other emails I received from them, and also I don't have any other regular mails I received from them. And there is G drive folder related to them. So this is main folder, final 2, which can be accessed through description of this video. So if I go to that final and I search for okay, and I search for actually I don't have folder related to Ministry of Interior, but the folder related to their internal affairs can be used. So it can be seen here that none of regular mails is shown here, so everything is sent using the using email. So I'm referring to regular mails like for instance like this one. So this is regular mail, documents sent using regular mail. So I don't have these, and of course I don't have any reason to lie about this. So they haven't answered on crime report forwarded to them. So Ministry of Interior hasn't answered on crime report forwarded by head of their special department, so Department for Preventive Activities of Police Internal Affairs. Again, this is scandal on its own. So I'm not really going into more details because I described a lot in last video I uploaded, and of course there are a lot of details in first video on Police Major Ana Petrovic, head of Department for Preventive Activities of Police Internal Affairs. So that would be all regarding her. I don't think that there are other emails which should be topic of a separate video except these two. So the one that I just uploaded and the one that I'm now finishing.